Hello students, today we are going to start with a topic that is complications of blood transfusion. In the previous lecture we had seen the various indications of blood transfusion, and today we are going to study complications of blood transfusion. The first complication of blood transfusion is congestive cardiac failure, that is CCF. This congestive cardiac failure usually occurs in elderly people and those with cardiovascular insufficiency, and this usually occurs due to too rapid infusion of large volume of blood. So in these patients, to avoid CCF, it is always advisable to give packed red cells, and at the same time you give diuretics to the patient. Also, this transfusion process should be carried out slowly. It is said that it is usually advisable to give 1 unit over 4 to 6 hours so that we can prevent CCF. Then next is transfusion reactions. These may be the result of following problems. It is nearly always due to human error, either in collection of blood or storage of blood or packing or labeling of blood, and it is always advisable to check the specimen of blood when it is received. The first transfusion reaction is incompatibility. Now everybody knows what is incompatibility. It can be a RH incompatibility, it can be a ABO incompatibility. So this incompatibility is because of human error. The patient may develop fever with chills and rigors, feeling of tightness of chest and dyspnea. Patient को बहुत ही घुटन जैसा लगता है. Feeling of tightness of chest and dyspnea. There is intense pain in the loin. This is very characteristic. Intense pain in the loin, and this is because of blockage of renal tubules. Because of hemolysis of RBCs, there is collection of urea, and this urea gets deposited in the renal tubules, leading to acute tubular necrosis and death of the patient. Patient may also present with oliguria and anemia. There can be jaundice, which usually appears in 24 to 48 hours, and abnormal bleeding. So these are the various presentation of incompatible transfusion. So in case of incompatible transfusion, अगर गलती से incompatibility हो गई है तो आप क्या करोगे? What will be the treatment of this incompatibility? In this situation, the first thing that is to be done is to immediately stop the transfusion. आपको immediately blood transfusion stop कर देना है, and you send the residual blood for rechecking. Then close watch of patient's pulse, blood pressure and urine output is to be done. Diuretic drugs are given, IV mannitol is given, and if necessary dialysis is also advisable. Now how will you prevent this incompatibility? This can be prevented by perfect collection, storage, grouping, cross matching and labeling. This is very important. So perfect collection, storage, grouping, cross matching and labeling is to be done. Secondly, proper verification with the patient's papers. जैसे ब्लड बैंक से ब्लड आता है तो you should check with the patient's paper कि जो ब्लड ग्रुप मंगाया है वही है कि नहीं है, and then proper storage of the blood is to be done, and check the date of expiry. It is always written on the blood bag, date of expiry, so you have to check the date of expiry. Careful examination of the blood bag is to be done to exclude degeneration. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि ब्लड खराब लग रहा है, आपको उसमें आपको बहुत सारे क्लॉट्स दिख रहे हैं, तो you just discard that blood. Avoid over freezing, heating and rigorous shaking. ब्लड आने के बाद अगर वो बहुत ज़्यादा चिल्ड है तो उसको वार्म करने के लिए आपको उसको पूरे टाइम हिलाते रहना नहीं है. You just take the blood bag and keep it on the table for some time. अपने आप वो नॉर्मल रूम टेम्परेचर पर आ जाएगी. मेंटेन स्ट्रिक्ट असेप्सिस इन द सेट एंड द प्रोसीजर. आप जो भी ब्लड सेट मंगा रहे हो, यू हैव टू सी दैट द सील ऑफ द ब्लड सेट इज नॉट ब्रोकन फ्रॉम एनीवेयर, सो दैट इट इज a good quality blood set without any problem. Then next is simple pyrexial reactions. It usually occurs in patients because of result of pyrogen in the donor apparatus, and the patient will develop simple pyrexia, rigor and increase in pulse. This can be avoided by use of disposable plastic sets. Next transfusion reaction is allergic reactions. In this, patient develops urticarial rashes and tachycardia. This is the result of allergic reaction to plasma products in the donor blood. अगर ऐसा एलर्जिक रिएक्शन पेशेंट को डेवलप होता है तो यू शुड स्टॉप द ट्रांसफ्यूजन एंड एंटीहिस्टामिन ड्रग्स आर टू बी गिवन. Next transfusion reaction is sensitization to leukocytes and platelets. This is common in patients who receive or who had received many transfusions in the past. For example, thalassemia or aplastic anemia. यूजुअली ये इंडिविजुअल्स में कैसे रहते हैं कि बार बार ब्लड ट्रांसफ्यूजन की जरूरत पड़ती है, एंड दीज इंडिविजुअल्स दे डेवलप एंटीबॉडीज टू द डोनेटेड वाइट सेल्स और प्लेटलेट विच कॉजेज रिएक्शन विथ ईच ट्रांसफ्यूजन. मतलब नेक्स्ट जैसे उनको नेक्स्ट ट्रांसफ्यूजन लगेगा तो उनमें वो रिएक्शन आएगा. दिस कैन बी मिनिमाइज्ड by giving packed red cell from which plasma is removed. So that is sensitization to leukocytes and platelet. Next transfusion reaction is immunological reaction. Immune antibodies may be stimulated by transfusion, which may give rise to difficulties with compatibility tests. So that is immunological sensitization. Then other complication of blood transfusion is infections. In infections, number one is serum hepatitis. Serum hepatitis is transmitted from the patient donor, arise approximately 3 months after transfusion. मतलब यूजुअली क्या होता है कि ट्रांसफ्यूजन के 3 महीने के बाद पेशेंट हेपेटाइटिस के साथ आ सकता है. Then next is HIV. This is transmitted by blood and blood products. Hemophilics are at risk, or those who require repeated transfusion, so they can be affected with HIV. Next is bacterial infections. These bacterial infections are a result of faulty storage. अगर आपने ठीक से blood store नहीं किया है तो that can give rise to bacterial infection. These arises most commonly from the donor blood being left in a warm room for some hours before transfusion, and because of this there is proliferation of many bacteria, and transfusion of such infected blood may give rise to septicemia in the recipient and death of the patient. After bacterial infections, next is malaria. This malaria can be transmitted in areas where the disease is endemic. Usually screening of the donor blood is to be done, but अगर ऐसा लग रहा है कि बहुत अर्जेंट है, आपको ब्लड ट्रांसफ्यूजन देना है and there is no time for screening, so in that conditions if it is not possible for screening, then you should give the donor anti-malarial drugs as a prophylactic to the patient also and to the donor also. The next is thrombophlebitis. This thrombophlebitis is thrombosis of the superficial vein. जो वेन कैन्युलेट करते हैं, मतलब जिस वेन के अंदर आप आईवी सेट फिक्स कर रहे हो या ब्लड सेट फिक्स कर रहे हो, इंट्राकैथ फिक्स कर रहे हो, so in those veins there can be thrombophlebitis. And if you see that area becomes red, inflamed, and if you palpate it, the vein will be palpated just like a thick cord. So that is diagnostic of thrombophlebitis. Then next is air embolism. Air embolism is usually when air bubble they enter into the vein and block it. It's a rare complication of blood transfusion, but this air bubble may travel either to the brain, to the heart, or into the lungs, and that can be fatal. Usually 2 to 5 ml or approximately 10 ml of air is fatal. Then next is coagulation failure, and this is due to dilution of clotting factors due to storage of blood and disseminated intravascular coagulation following incompatible transfusion. So these are the complications of blood transfusion. A quick look over it. Number 1 is congestive cardiac failure. Then next is transfusion reaction, in which there is either incompatibility, simple pyrexial reactions, allergic reactions, sensitization to leukocytes and platelets, and immunological reactions. Then various infections. These can be serum hepatitis, HIV, bacterial infections, and malaria. Next complication is thrombophlebitis, air embolism, and coagulation failure. Thank you.